Hello, hello, and welcome to Circuit Mugello in Tuscany, just north of Florence. My name is Zili Bawanski, this one's Matty Ruda,
Hi.
and we welcome you to Week 3 of Conelanders League Season 3 as well. And today we will have a 13-lap feature race. It's quite hot here, 23 degrees Celsius air and 33 degrees Celsius track.
A little bit more normal. Last race we had 13 track, which is bizarre. But yeah, Mugello, it's a very interesting track. One that I kind of wish they brought to F1. A lot more interesting than some of, let's just say, the more modern tracks are.
Very true, as we see the heat qualifiers. This time around from Heat 1, Gem Knight took the win from Maestro Ponchik Biker, Georgian Spooky Squid, Servatis, Mr. Bob, Mr. Thomas, D-Jump, and Racer 0940. James 32, Mike 1 Fireman, Aces California failed to qualify.
Yeah, hopefully those bottom get a little bit luck soon. I've seen them there quite a few times. Gem Knight doing a good job to pip Ponchik as we see the Heat 2 qualifiers. Sharky on pole, surprised at the friggin' century. Cone Dodger behind him. Noah, Marzen, Neon Tiger, Rotor X2, Psychedelic, Kurt, he's back! Kurt is back! Jolo, NCWG4, failing to qualify from Heat 2, Rebel Cowboy, 2-5, Scubes, Ali Parsley, and Viperion. Sad to see Rebel Cowboy down there. He brought a lot of interesting stuff to Monza.
Gotta say, Martin got 4th in his heat. I think that's the best result for him.
And that's proof that miracles do happen, folks.
And as we saw, 2-5 is out after.
Yeah, that's surprising. Did he have an incident?
He had a couple of issues in the beginning, but overall his pace was quite slow. As we head to the grid, cars will rev up, well, now. As we're
Timing! Yay!
As we're about to see the lights and cars are about to stream in right to turn 1 San Donato, which is a long right-hander. It's gonna be quite interesting. Martin is really closing in to the outside, trying to protect his position from the get-go. I don't think anybody stalled just yet, so we see the entire 20-car field just pouring onto the start-finish straight into turn 1.
I'm scared.
Condodger is in the lead, having a massive jump on Sharkey. He tries to hold the outside line. There is a slight bump there. As we see a contact with someone spinning back in the back of a field, that's to be expected as we go through the first of 2 chicanes there. That's Luke.
Sharkey holds the outside, which then became the inside, and then kept the position. Yeah, I'm surprised the first corner didn't end with a huge calamity. It looked really tight.
Golden is looking on the inside, not there yet. He's still applying pressure to Shark, and he might have a run here. The next one is Casanova and Savelli. This is a very, very fast downhill section. Cone is side by side, going for the inside line. Sharky cuts him off, and both of them are going sideways into the guardrail. Sharky is rejoining the outside, and I think Squid is dead. Squid is dead,
I think that's the trip to the morgue. Yeah, it didn't. I'll have to see that again in replay. It looked like Cone went for a gap that wasn't there, but it wasn't a good angle. We'll have to see it again. So calamity for the two. Well, you could argue the 2 fastest, or 2 of the 3 if you can count Ponchik in there. Fastest racers in this series out on the first lap. That was a little bit dicey. To the start, it looked like Sharky got a good initial start, and then Cone got the better secondary, which put him in the position to fight for it. But yeah, well, no one's gonna be fighting for anything now. They're Ponchik in the lead with Gem Knight right behind, and is that Neon? Or Noah, sorry, Noah. I was like, what happened to Tiger?
As we see Sharky starting his return, I guess, trying to overtake Squid. Squid was fast as well, so I guess the first opponent of Sharky will be one of the toughest ones. I think they're now in turn 12.
Well, after going nose first into Sharky's driver's side, Squid's probably surprised to see Sharky alive and overtaking him. It's like, wait a minute, I thought I killed you.
Gem Knight is looking, that's a start-finish straight as we're about to end lap 1. Gem Knight is on the outside. Turn 1 is a very long and kind of sweeping right-hander, so I think both lines can work there. If you
the outside can work if you can stick it around there. Then you have the inside for the second corner, which then becomes the outside for the third. So there is a window to get something done, but you have to do it quickly. More likely you'll see what Gem Knight sort of tried there, stick to the outside, then do the switch back to the inside. Because even though it'll be the outside, it'll then become the inside. I know, so simple. As we see, Tommy's overtaking Tiger there. Had some good form in the last race, although, you know, there were issues around NCWG and G-Jump going at it side by side.
Being safe for now, early in the
Yeah.
race. And
I thought something was going to happen there because I was like, why are we focusing on this?
yeah, without Sharkey cruising the way of the field, we see quite a big train forming for the lead. There are at least 4 cars in close proximity. And if the draft trend continues here, the start-finish straight is quite long here. So if cars keep in draft of each other, we might see a big fight for the lead till the very end.
Yeah, we could. It's a bit long there, yes, but the problem with it being one big straight, instead of like what we have in Monza, which is 2 and a bit, if you count the bit after, oops, oh, that looked like a touch there. If you count the bit after Curva Grande, I think it is, which is really one long straight in aerodynamic cars. You know. In any case, it'll really be interesting to see how Cone and Sharkey work their way back to the field. Right now, they're one behind the other. As we get a replay of the start, that was almost calamity there. But let's see.
I think Noah jumped the start there. His car moved a little bit. I think he lost the clutch and moved a bit forwards.
Moved a bit forward, but I don't know if that's enough for a penalty. If it depends on whether or not his front wheels are over the line. You saw there, it looked like Sharkey got a good initial getaway, but then Cone definitely got the better secondary part of it. As we're going to see a little bit of calamity here. This was the spinner that we saw. Rotor X2 braking early, which then backs Tommy's up into Bob, and then swings the outside.
Tommy's just washed out.
Got too hot. Yep. Tommy's went in too hot, which then hit Psychedelic, which then got up the ass by Jolo. A little bit of calamity there. They're going to see it from Mr. Bob's perspective. Yeah, brakes because Tommy's brakes. And Tommy's is going to hit Rotor X. Yep, just understeer, too hot.
Pretty much the entire track is blocked at this point, so people are just piling into each other.
And by the entire track, we mean the grass off the track. Here's the key one. Cone Dodger going on the inside. And no, Sharkey just came down on him. I was wrong. Sharkey came down right on top of Cone.
Yeah, I don't think Sharkey saw Cone on the inside. Once again, he is using the virtual reality headset to run the race. As we see, Sharkey has rejoined into Squid right here.
I don't even know if that was a rejoin so much as his car was still out of control.
He might not have the same amount of mirrors. As Mr. Bob has to avoid Sharkey rejoining hard across the track.
Yeah.
So
that explains how Sharkey got behind Cone. He just let him through.
Sharkey might be impaired in terms of just vision. I mean,
Sharkey impaired? The guy who wins everything?
That's true, but he doesn't have to fight anyone.
So he's like Donald Trump. Impaired and doesn't have to fight anyone.
I refuse to comment on that.
I'm sorry. No, this is no bullshit time. I really apologize for that. The time we're recording this, that actually has actual meaning. But yeah, no, I heartily apologize for comparing you to that utter pile of shit. Anyway, as we move on from that,
as we offend probably someone.
Who actually likes that? I'm gonna shut up.
Exactly. As we see NCWG and T-Tom going at it once again. This is going on the start-finish straight. This is a long one, so you can get past and get repassed. As these two, while fighting for position, don't like what they see behind them, as Cone Dodger and Sharkey are right behind them, plotting their revenge against each other, I guess.
Well, and I gotta say, although it was clearly Sharkey coming down on top of Cone, I'm not sure that Sharkey anticipated Cone being that aggressive on the opening lap. I mean, it was a really aggressive move. He was entitled to make it. The gap was there. But it was awfully aggressive for what I think could have been held back for, I don't know, lap 2, 3 after things had settled.
That is very true. As Cone gets blocked by NCWG back there, and I think Sharkey gets around at the exit.
Animate the soup,
As D-Jump, I think, just avoids these two, as they are going side by side again.
Not again.
Into the chicane. Sharkey gets the outside. Cone can... Yeah, Cone can do exactly the same thing here. He will have a run. No, he stays behind. Just for the sake of himself and whoever's around him. And Squid, who's behind this too, and probably having PTSD as well.
Yeah, everyone is getting triggered. So let's see what's going on in the race besides calamity between drivers. We have Ponchik from Gem Knight, from Noah, from Piker. Piker, again, for a rookie, is fast as hell. Staying with this lead group. Interestingly, Ponchik can't shake Gem Knight. For somebody else who's usually one of those if I'm out in front, I'm miles ahead kind of guys. Patrick isn't able to shake these guys, maybe partially down to the draft, but there are enough corners that I'm just not sure he has the pace.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I think he's just as fast as Gemini, and I think he was slower than Cone and Sharkey. Now he finds himself in the lead and unable to pull away, but just protecting his lead.
It reminds me of a race not too long ago. I can't remember which one. Anyway, Marzin actually, for not hardly qualifying ever for the features, actually doing really good in 6th place behind you. I mean, that's not saying a lot, but did somebody pit? Because that just changed really quickly.
I think Noah is in the pit, and that might be what we've seen. That might have been a drive-through penalty for a jump stop. He's out of pits now. That wasn't a pit stop. Too short for a pit stop. There's no rejoins. That's a drive-through penalty.
I don't know how this game handles jump starts or penalties like this. As we see Cone coming down the inside of Sharkey, trying to make an overtake stick. He's got the inside, but Sharkey's protecting the outside, holding the car there. Inside, outside. Sharkey needs to stay ahead here. Yes, and he does. Okay. So normal service resumed. Are we going to see yet another run? Cone definitely has the speed. Is he going to attempt an overtake, or is he just going to bump draft?
He's just giving a little bit of bump draft. I don't think there is any advantage of fighting for position between Cone and Sharkey right about now, because they have to go through the entire field. They're now 12th and 13th. They need to get as high as possible, and they don't get the speed they need fighting for position right here.
Yeah, I was going to race that guy, but I got high. As we see now, who is this? Neon Tiger. In a close race with Tommy's. Tommy's definitely has the advantage here. Is he going to be able to make it stick? I don't know. That's allowing Marsden to pull a little bit of a gap. Not much, though. It's really a four-way fight for these positions here.
Yeah, that's an Arrabbiata corner. That is a full
What is that on the side of his car?
Which one?
Never mind. As we see, Servati's having some kind of calamity here on the outside, Marsden on the inside. Marsden slowing down quite a bit. And then there's got to be a mistake here because Marsden was ahead.
I think that's just a clean pass. Marsden getting a little bit of a grass. That's an overtake we've seen here. As we see Tommy's trying to take advantage of Marsden, as Marsden just shuts the door quite aggressively here. He did take advantage
of Marsden, just not in the way that he expected.
Yeah, that's quite an aggressive move there by Marsden protecting his position. I'm not sure that was entirely legal.
Yeah, no, but then again, who was it? Servatis. When Servatis passed him, he kind of did weave in the corner a little bit. It was mid-corner, so I'm not so sure. Neon Tiger, what's on Neon Tiger's car?
I think that's his face.
Is that his face?
I think so.
Okay. It looked... okay. No, I just saw what looked like, there's a band I listened to, Rhapsody of Fire, and one of the guys in that band...
as he gets tapped from Mr. Thomas from behind. Mr. Thomas has been late on braking, like the entire lap behind Neon Tiger, having to slow down because of it. Now he gives him a little tap and tries to take advantage of that, as Kojima is lurking behind these two.
I think Tiger's driving too much, looking in his mirrors. It's a typical sign of that when you're braking that late. You're trying to judge what he's doing behind you, not judging the fact that, you're further ahead. As Kurt looks to get in on this fight, the point I was making was the hair. Instead, it's a tiger suit, funnily enough. So Kurt... Well, I really haven't seen Kurt racing these cars very much. He didn't race that much last season, did he? There's like one or two.
He didn't. He's still in a rookie class, and he was a little bit of season one. I believe he missed the entire season 2. He had a little bit of hiatus. And he returns here. I think that's his first time in a league race in Miata. He was in practice and test sessions throughout the seasons, but not in a competitive environment like that. He did okay, not the best, not the worst, and which shows exactly here.
Right now,
he's currently 9th. As we see,
fighting well.
Yeah, behind Mr. Thomas, there's a little bit of a train forming, partly due to Sharkey and Cone Dodgers still traversing their way through the field here. As Sharkey has Jello on his radar, and I think that's Neon Tiger on the outside in the gravel track. And that's a racer behind them. I think he had to overtake on the grass back there. Cone Dodger was slowed down because of that as well, because he had to just watch where he's going and try not to wreck again. Sharkey looking all over the gearbox. Bumper of Jolo. I'm too used to Formula 1 cars where gearbox is back there.
Well, they're proper cars. Anyway, as we see Ponchik, Gem Knight. So Gem Knight got ahead of Ponchik at some point. I don't remember seeing that. I could be wrong. Gem Knight breaks early here. Ponchik's going to go down the inside. Maybe. Gem Knight gives him plenty of room. And yeah, Ponchik's going to get this done. Outside will become inside, which will then become outside again. Or nope, he just slots back in.
I think
So
Gem
smart
Knight is
driving
just
there from
being
Gem
safe
Knight.
here. As we
Servatis
see
on some idiot.
another start-finish line attempt of an overtake. Side by side, Servatis will have to use the outside line here. And I think he's going to do the same thing, a bit of late braking by Servatis, a little bit of a washout, but I think he has enough speed to come back on the track
If
on
you
the
can
inside.
stick it on the outside here, you might be able to hold... No.
Again, slotting back in, no drama here. As we see, that's
It's-
what happened to Neon, a little bit too wide, clipping grass, and just to be safe, not trying to make this car turn where it shouldn't have turned. As we're going to see Racer just complete an overtake on the grass and Cone Dodger. Probably they need a new fire seat after that, as Racer was a little bit unsettled there.
Yeah, I think Racer sort of did the same thing in a little bit more minor fashion than what Neon did. Just went a little bit wide and then, well, had to keep going wide. As we see, well, speaking of Racer and Neon, they're fighting Saito by Saito within CWG behind them, and then Spooky Squid behind them. So it's kind of funny. You definitely see the pace differential between a Shark A and a Cone, and then a Spooky Squid. No disrespect to Spooky, but all three involved in that first lap.
3 wide, it's WG looking where he shouldn't have been looking. And
well, Spooky was flying off the road, and then Racer.
Everybody's flying off the road.
Squid, what are you doing there?
I think there are 2 separate incidents there, and
there were 3.
psychedelics off the track
4.
sideways.
Well, it started, funnily enough, Spooky was spinning on his own, and then it looked like Neon and Racer decided, hey, you know what? That looks fun. Let's try that. And then
I think
shit just kind of hit the fan behind him.
I think somebody went on the inside line where there shouldn't have been an inside line, and that scared Racer, who then turned Neon Tiger around. And I think in France something happened between Jolo and Sharky, because both of them went spinning back there. Spooky Squid overreacted a bit and started sliding all by himself, and then Psychedelics arrived on the scene of the crime and, well, added to the crime by the spin and trip through the grass there.
Yeah, basically turning hit and run into the homicide by putting the guy in the trunk.
As there is somebody sideways back there. Sideways
that was one hell of a segue. Somebody flipped sideways on the track.
NCWG missing the second chicane, Matarase having
Did he get pushed out, or did I just see that wrong?
I think he did it all by himself as Spooky Squid, giving Sharky almost a pit maneuver here. Nice work by Sharky to keep the car straight, and Squid is not happy about what happened to him.
No, it's all heating up again. I mean, we had a pretty, I won't say dull. I will. It was a dull first race, and then in Monza, it looked like everybody just had their coffee as D-Jump goes off. It's going to spin into NCWG, who spins,
and I don't think Psychedelics doesn't have anywhere to go. Mr. Bob got scared as well, and all 4 cars are off the track.
What the fuck are these guys smoking before the race? As Tommy's almost goes into the ass of Marsden. Careful, I think Marsden's under 18. That's not legal. Is going around the outside? Maybe. No, Marsden holds his ground. Slows up a little bit, but holds his position from Tommy's. Tommy's is definitely going to get a little bit more aggressive. Like we need that in this race. Noah and Rotor X2 fighting it out. I'm going to guess Noah's going to go for an overtake, and it's not going to go well. Just judging on how history of this race is going. Let's see.
But yeah, in the middle.
Let's see.
Noah
Hang
goes
on.
For the inside.
My deductive skills
stays outside,
wow.
but
it was clean. There you go.
But no, there's Jolo on the outside in the grass, so there you go.
So I was half right. As we see Gem Knight and Ponchik once again, battle resumed up at the front. See, we're having interesting racing at the front when the top 2 take each other out. It was just like Spain. Anyway, disclosure, I'm a Hamilton fan, so yes, even I will admit that. It gets
As we
boring
see the
sometimes
replay
with
of one of the 4 kilometers that happened in this turn, Jolo washing up a little bit, but Sharky coming down and Cone plowing through, having nowhere to go.
I was questioning why Sharky was that far back and what.
As we see here, yeah, and CWG going for the inside, that's not there. Tagging Racer a little bit, who in return tags Neon Tiger, and Squid doing a complimentary spin there. As we saw that on the background, Racer losing it after the chicane. We'll see what happened to him here. A bit too wide, that's gonna slow him down, and D-Jump trying an overtake and completing the pit maneuver here.
Yeah, that was never going to work. That was a bit aggressive from D-Jump. The second incident within 2 replays, that it's not Racer's fault, got tagged on.
As we see the calamity here, D-Jump going wide, spinning. NCWG tried his best to avoid, but nowhere to go. Mr. Bob barely avoided him, as Psychedelics probably didn't get the worst of it. Yeah, Mr. Bob did a spectacular job to avoid the calamity, but spun on his own, trying to get out of the gravel here.
Yeah, how many incidents was that D-Jump was at fault for within the space of 60-second replay? I mean, not to try to pile shit on, but I mean, damn. There was a common thread in all of those.
He's having a bad race, as Rotorex, Mr. Bob, and D-Jump, all from the back of the field, are on the pit lane right about now, as we see the pit window visually opening. The only guy in the pits before was Noah serving a drive-through penalty for a jump start.
How do jump starts work in this game? Is it just based on movement, or is it actually the rule where you have to be over the line?
I think if you move, you have a jump start.
Okay, so that's not technically a jump start, but okay,
Basically.
whatever. I can understand why that would be a little hard to program, and I mean, they're Italian. They need to go on vacation 4 months after everything.
There are two options. You either have a drive-through for that, or you get teleported to the pit lane and start from the pit lane if you attempt a jump start. But that would lose too much time compared to the field if you do from a pit lane.
Oopsie.
As Sharky turns Noah around.
Did he turn him, or did Noah spin on his own? I didn't see contact.
It looked like a rear end. I didn't see it clear enough, but from this perspective, it looked like Sharky gave him.
Whoa, Tommy's is trying an outside pass. Jesus, that was brave. Holy shit.
He's still there, and he will have the inside in the chicane here.
Was Martin just that slow? Or, I mean, that looked like some Max Verstappen shit right there.
I don't know, that was an extremely ballsy move from Mr. Thomas, and it paid off. Fantastic overtake. And he's
to be fair,
in
he
sixth.
looked stuck behind Marzin. He looked stuck behind Marzin for a long time, and he just never had the option to get it done. As we see Gem Knight coming into the pits now, Ponchik continues on for another lap. Piker, Piker behind him? Yeah, Piker's behind him.
Yes,
So
Piker behind
Servatis
on the pit lane. I am on the pit lane as well. I assume the bulk of the field will join. Yeah, Mr. Thomas, Martin, all on the pit lane. Kerjamak, Cone Dodger. Let's see who else joins the pit lane. I think Spooky Squid is on the pit lane, Joe on the pit lane. I think Sharky is coming through without stopping. Neon Tiger is here as well. So majority of the field, except from Master Ponchik, Servatis, and Sharky.
I think we're going to see a new sort of meta forming here, where with the new length of time it takes to take tires, I don't think anyone's going to take tires. It looks like everyone's just getting fuel and going. Just see Gem Knight with a decent gap. Okay, I thought he cut the line there for a second, but yeah, you kind of...
Piker ended up behind Condor, so I think he took tires.
He might have taken tires, or he might have had a slow stop. I mean, that was... it depends on the relative gaps. I didn't see them, so
yeah,
I can't judge.
As we see Master Servatis and Sharky trying an overcut here. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see. Master now has clean track. He doesn't have to worry about any attacks from anywhere around him.
Gem Knight also was massively in front of me, but now he's behind, so I assume he took tires as well.
That would make sense if you can make it work. He's trying to get any advantage he can on Ponchik. The only problem is, if Ponchik doesn't take tires, that puts him behind him in the queue, and Ponchik is not easy to pass or be passed by. Or generally to fight. Extremely aggressive in defense and attack.
That's very true. Mr. Thomas just makes a mockery of Jolo here on the overtake. Just completes the pass on the short straight before turn 6 here.
Yeah.
Jolo looks slow, or Thomas looks extremely fast. He did a spectacular overtake on Martin there, and now he does that. I wonder if he is just that fast now.
Yeah, no, it might be a little bit of residual red mist sort of from being stuck behind Mars for as long as he was. He just wants to get on with it. He knows he's quick. He is quick, and needs to press the advantage while he can. As we see now, Ponchik entering the pits with Servatis behind him. Will Sharky come in this lap, or will he try... Sharky might actually try one more lap of clean track to get some advantage and then come in. Or
maybe
come
if
in
he has enough fuel to do that. As we see Master Ponchik on the pit lane right now. Fuel stop takes about 7 or 8 seconds, tire stop takes about 20, and no tires for him as he is very fast in the pit lane, and he will have a huge gap to everybody behind him.
Yep,
we see
so now...
Servatis rejoining, by the way, no tires as well, as I think there's another car that must be Sharky. Yes, he is on the pit lane stopping as well, as he is the last car to visit the pits for a required pit stop.
5, 6, 7. Yep, fuel only. All right, so the race is now on between, well, the top 5 really.
There is
6 even.
Yeah,
6,
there is
7.
Conelanders, Piker, and Kojima going through past Sharky, so he will have to clear all of them to gain more points. As we see NCWG and Noah fighting for 16th position. And Noah, after his maybe even tire stop and a drive through, he was in front. Unfortunate. He's now in the back of the field fighting for, well, some points.
Yeah, something's better than nothing though. So it's like supercars. You get something for everything. So just keep on going. Although we see now, Sharkey and Cone both made up quite a bit of ground in the pit stop phase, but critically, Cone got ahead of both Piker and Kurt. No disrespect to Kurt, but Sharkey should have an easy time disposing of him. But from what we've seen of Piker over the last couple races, he might not be that easy to pass. And if that's the case, we might see realistically only a 5-way fight for the lead of this race.
Probably.
Piker can hold Kurt.
I don't know if there's... To be honest, I don't think there's gonna be a fight, because I see Servatis already 6 seconds behind Maestro, and everybody else is even further behind.
Well, I'm not looking at Servatis or you to catch Maestro. I'm looking at Gem Knight. It's a matter of whether or not the tire delta is good enough. And there's also the fact that, well, he has to pass you and Servatis. You're known to be a consistent defender.
Spooky Squid comes down on
Spooky
Mr.
Squid, yep.
Thomas.
I don't know if he came down on him so much as Thomas seemed to insert his nose. I don't know. I don't see it in his, like...
As we see Gem Knight attempting to make a pass for 3rd place. He's successful in turn 13 beyond Desi. That's an easy pass. I did not have new tires. He does. Huge advantage, and he goes through. And he starts the chase for 2nd. Servatis is 7 seconds up the field.
Well, you didn't make it hard on him, so now I'm starting to wonder if there was some, under the table money changing hands between you and Gem Knight. Yeah, isn't that how the conspiracy theories go in F1? Anyways, we see Tommy's trying to make another move on Spooky Squid. Spooky, it's sad to see, because after last race, he showed quite a bit of promise, I think. He was decent last race, right?
Yeah,
so.
He was okay.
So he showed more promise, but then through no fault of his own was involved in some calamities. And now fighting mid-pack. I mean, it's still respectable. Nothing wrong with that. Tommy's definitely showing some aggression, but Spooky... Ooh, this could be on.
We are witnessing fight for 9th position, by the way. That's within top 10 right now. As Spooky Squid got past and repassed Mr. Thomas.
Thomas is going to have the undercut, or the crisscross.
Yeah, that highlights how long the start-finish line in this car is. You can get past and you can repass the opponent right here.
It's almost like DRS, like the double DRS zones that they have at some of these tracks. Let's see. Gem Knight's actually right up on the ass of Servatis in 1.5 seconds.
No, I think it's between 3rd and 4th. I believe that's 6 seconds between Servatis and Gem Knight.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
Yeah, that's not a gap to the leader. Unfortunately, that's impossible to show here because who knows. Either way, we see Sharky right behind Kojima. That would be a fight for 7th position. I don't think Kurt has any pace on Sharky. I doubt anyone has any pace on Sharky right here. Sharky goes for the inside line. Kurt doesn't fight it, stays outside. Just goes wide.
Smart move. I mean, Sharky's crème de la crème, as they would say, and horrible, I guess, Canadian. I won't even say that was French because, well, I don't want to disrespect the French. I can't believe I actually just said that. Neon Tiger's going to have a moment here, spin himself. Yep, called it. Got a little bit into the grass. The same grass that has claimed a few cars this race.
Yeah, same turn 6, you get a bit wide, you don't have anywhere to go. As we see D-Jump clipping grass a little bit again. Spinning, this time saving, but letting Mr. Bob through.
I think he was reacting to Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob was making somewhat of a dive. I see Jolo do the same thing Neon did. I think he was reacting to Mr. Bob in his overtake attempt. Too worried about what was in the mirrors, not worried enough about what was in front of him. Overshot the corner. Easy to do. I mean, everybody does it at some point. So, mistake corrected. Moving on. As we see Noah and Jolo, now that Jolo's back down a little bit, Noah's got to run. Is he going to be able to take him on the inside? Yes, but the inside will become the outside if Jolo can keep it on the track. He should be able to... Oh, no. Whoa, he screwed up a little bit.
Jolo is still slow. He's down to 16th. He was okay early in the race, but now he's fallen like a brick down the standings. I wonder if it's all tires.
It could be old tires. He's having a few moments here. A lot of people are, though.
Yeah, NCWG
Oops.
just passed him, no problem here. And yeah, Jello continues to fall down the saying. He's now 17th.
Yeah, it almost it's mimicking what happened last race, where you just saw these mistakes started to creep into the people who didn't take tires, and people who generally don't make a whole lot of mistakes. Let's be frank. So tires are definitely having more of an effect this season than they did last one. Last season, with rare exception, there was almost no point to taking tires because, well, even though it was quick, it just didn't have that much of an advantage.
That is very true. As we see maybe a fight going between Jello and NCWG on the straight, but we might also have a fight brewing for 4th position, as Conelanders and Biker are already within 2 seconds of me. We have 2 and a bit laps to go.
Yeah, my theories about Piker were half right. He had the pace that he could have fought off Sharky, but Sharky doesn't have the pace to catch Piker. It's going to be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting, but that gap has pretty much stayed within the realms of 2-3 seconds.
As we are switching to that fight now, yeah, this is now a visual. And Code and Biker need to clear me fast if they want to catch Gemini 3.5 seconds up the road.
Yeah, if Piker plays this smart, he's not going to fight Cone too hard until they're past you. They're not going to make any time fighting one another. Better to just better to stay lockstep, as it looks like you got a little bit sideways there, or was that just a camera angle? Camera angle. So yeah, stay lockstep, pass you, and then duke it out. Piker has the pace on Cone.
Biker does, and we see Sharky back there. He is now 5 seconds behind. Sharky is 5 seconds behind Biker, and that was 7 half a lap ago.
Yeah,
I think they're slowing down, preparing for a fight, and that lets Sharky close the gap, and we might have a 3-horse race here, chasing Gemnite.
It might even be 4. I don't think Gemnite's going to be passable on new tires. I think Gemnite's clear and gone. So the question is, you, Cone, Piker, Sharky. Obviously, the known quantities there are Cone and Sharky. We know they're quick. We know that they should be able to clear you easily, no offense, and get by you.
That said, my known quality is being slow but not leaving any space.
Your known quality is being a pain in the ass.
That is a correct translation,
in the
yes.
technical assessment. You are consistent. You're not the fastest, but you're consistent. You're a good defensive driver. And that's why our races are always fun between the two of us, because I'm the attacker, you're the defender. And it gets really interesting. That just made us sound like sex partners. Let's move on. Cone is definitely closing up to you. Piker is not letting Cone go. But he's not trying to attack Cone either. He's playing this really smart.
Defensive line into the chicane that brought Cone much misery here.
You are a prick. I know it's for position. I know you need to defend, but you're just a prick.
I'm gonna admit that was a deliberate move. I knew he wasn't gonna go there.
Then again, we saw earlier on, Cone don't give a shit. He'll go down the inside. If there's a gap, if there's not a gap, it don't matter. As he's now going to try to go on the outside, make it stick and then become the inside, but you're going to have that covered. As now Piker, well, he's not trying to attack, he just has no choice. This is all getting really nice and close. Sharky's got to be behind all this saying, please crash, please crash, please crash.
There is now a 4-second gap. Sharky is definitely closing it, and yeah, I think this will be a white flag this time around, probably.
20 seconds ahead. Yeah, it should be. It should be the white flag this time around. As Cone is all over your anus. The key thing for this fight is going to be is once Cone, and I'm going to assume Cone gets past you, will Piker be able to follow? If not, this fight's a little bit
sideways.
Wild.
Very difficult to control the car as Cone goes around and out. Yeah, white flag waves for the leader.
Yep.
This will be the last lap of a race. People have got to go now if they want to win the position.
Piker
There is
has
a
the draft
train.
on you. Yep, that little defensive move may have actually kept Piker in this, because now he's going to have a run. He's going to latch onto you. You have the draft. Then he's probably going to switch back to Cone. Yep, it does halfway. Oh god, it's going to be too wide. Prepare you assholes!
Biker
No,
overdriving it, and we still have a side-by-side into turn 2. Cone will have the outside. will have enough speed. No, he doesn't have enough speed,
Nope.
and there is still... We're still going into the last lap.
I'm predicting Allahu Akbar mode right now. He's gonna bomb you. Let's. God, I can't believe I just said that. As we're going around the outside, it'll become the inside though, and then inside again for the next corner. If he can stick it on the inside there, he should. But no, he gets in the grass, gets out of shape. Piker now back in this. Is Piker gonna try to do on Cone what Cone did? What's his face?
He's looking but
Nope.
not going. And
Nope.
you can see Sharky is 2 seconds behind. If that
Yep.
fight continues, he might be in the battle.
Yes.
Cone
This
goes
is
a
gonna get
little bit
crazy.
on the grass. I think Cone is just frustrated at this point. He should have been clear a long time ago, but he's still behind.
Well, he screwed up the last corner a little bit, and the exit run that you got allowed you to get back into the fight. As Cone looks to the inside there, not going to happen. You're going to defend that quite easily. But Piker's going to try the inside maybe. No, it's not going to work. Is it going to work?
Piker is
No, it's not gonna work.
going, but still behind.
Nope.
Piker's going very
Oh,
wide and
no.
losing it. As we
Yep.
see the replay, I think...
Perfect FIA timing there. Exciting shit going on, and you cut to Kurt, who's probably going to get passed or punted by Tommy's. Passed.
An easy pass by Mr. Thomas. That's in the middle of a field as we see a
Oh,
couple
Christ, get back to the leading fight!
a couple of replays as Noah attempts an overtake of...
You're trolling people with this, you ass!
Neon Tiger loses it, and that's a clean pass. We see another one between Rotrex and Psychedelics here. They're going to
Draft pass.
start finish straight draft, but he will have the outside line. He'll have to work for it to keep side by side.
He's ahead now. If he can break later than Psychedelic,
Psychedelics goes
really
for a
similar.
late
he's gonna
break
a crossover. But broke too hard.
Tempting. Psychedelics is slow, no space
Ooh.
to go. Rotrex
Ooh,
is on the
ooh.
grass.
Oh my God.
I think, and that's a netcode crash. I don't think there was a contact on the replay. But yeah, he sent him into the wall as we are back into action. Sharky is all over Biker here after Biker's mistake. We have basically 2 fights of 2 now. As
Yeah.
Cone Dodger goes outside, attempts a crossover here, a little bit of a washout for me on the old tires. Side
He'll
by
be inside,
side,
though.
they're going into the turn 13 Biondetti. Here, he'll have the inside, a little bit of grass, and he should be clear here. They'll still have half of the start-finish. This is a long start-finish as we cut to the leader, Meister Ponchik, taking the checkered flag. But you will see, this is still a race here. Meister still hasn't taken the checkered flag, and now he takes the checkered. So that's a long run to the start-finish.
You're too far though.
But
You're too
there's
far to get the draft off the
Biker,
cone.
Biker is
might be able
close.
to get it off of
Biker
you.
is close, and Sharky is close to Biker. That might... something that might happen.
No, nope. It's gonna be this.
Biker is
1,
still
2, 3,
closing in, but
4.
not too close. Cone manages to get past, but nobody else does. There
Wow.
were an exciting couple of laps towards the finish.
Yeah, that was something else. Really chaotic start to the race. A bit of a sedate middle, but that ending, my God, it's like the perfect porno.
Yeah,
I need new pants.
Mugello didn't disappoint with, so
Nope.
yeah, leaders took each other out and making their way through the field. They ended up in a 4-way fight, and I believe that was for 4th position.
Yeah, I believe so. You cone 4th, you 5th, 6th, 7th.
And everybody else is close to each other, but no major fights as we see Jello crossing the finish line towards the end of the field. As we cut to our race winner, Maestro Ponchik, taking his first feature race win of the season. Now we have 3 races and 3 winners, I believe. That this season is gonna get quite interesting.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's not Sharky running away with everything. Yes, he did run away from the last one. But when you see Sharky getting taken out like that, you know, it's kind of a happy, kind of a sad thing. You don't want to see him out. But anyway, enough of that crap. Here's the list. The final results: Master Patrick Servatis, Gem Knight, Cone Dodger, Georgian, Piker, Sharky, Tommy's, Kurt, J-Mac, an impressive 9th for, well, what was his first race in a long time, and then Spooky Squid. Making
Yep,
up.
all 3 of the people who crashed in the beginning from the lead made their recovery in the top 10. As Martin takes 11th place, not too bad, lost a couple of spots, but still high. Rotrex, Noah, Neon Tiger, and CWG4, Jello, Mr. Bob, Psychedelics, D-John, and Racer having quite a lot of issues throughout the race. Finishes the race last.
Yeah. As we're going to get now to the championship's points, it's going to be a little bit more interesting now with a little bit of a shake-up. As Sharky still has the lead, but only by 1 point from Master Ponchik, who's tied with Cone for 2nd, and Servatis, Gem Knight, and then a bit of a gap to Piker, a bigger gap to Tommy's, Spooky Squid, you, Georgian, and Rebel Cowboy SMB, Piker, the best of the rookies I mean, was there any doubt in that?
Huge gap, followed by Mr. Thomas, Magneto as Smart Pipe Racers, 0940, Calpisi 200, Charlie Parsley. Kurtji Mag, still being a rookie with this race, gained a whole 30 points ahead of Mr. Bob, and Viperian rounds out the top 10. And with that said, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time at Nürburgring, and goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.